Hey guys, this is Patience, and I just want to tell you a little bit about me, about my journeys thus far. I'm just venting about my life because my life is changing so quickly, and it's going to change again in a couple of weeks. Um, and man, ah, it all is totally unexpected. And what's that one down? Hmm. And things, I mean, it's been so fast for me. I I don't know. I met this guy, and he's given me a man. When I say a greater um, perspective of what a man is, it blows me away on in many ways. And because I met a guy that I thought was the one, I thought he was all these things that I had hoped for, but to find out he wasn't. But I journal every day, and so early in the relationship, I identified that he probably wasn't the one, but my heart overrode what my intuition said, or I didn't listen to what my intuition said. I wanted to feel what my heart was feeling because I hadn't been in a relationship in a long time. Um, yeah, especially we were spending every single day together. So it was something that my heart desired. And, about 8 months in, I started to question if he was all in or if he was giving me 100%. But obviously, I knew that he was not giving me 100%, or else I wouldn't have to ask that question. So, with that said, some things happened, and then I realized that I was settling for things that I did not deserve, a lifestyle that I did not want, only because people tell you that you want too much, and what you desire is out of the box. So, long story short, we broke up around Thanksgiving, but 2 weeks, maybe a month prior to that, I met a gentleman unknowingly that um, would be totally opposite of the guy that I was dating for 8 months. And the guy that I was dating for 8 months didn't take me out, didn't go to the movies. He was like, I'm sorry, I can't afford it. And then I'm like, okay, I tried dating people outside of my economic class. Maybe it'll work. But nope, that was not the answer. So I started to settle for things in my life that I didn't want to settle for. And I became unhappy, not unhappy, because you know what? I thank God that I didn't let my heart really guide me to be in something that I was not, that was not me, if that makes sense. And so, make a long story short, I met a guy. He's an older gentleman, and he gave me a whole new outlook on what a man is. And not to say we'll be together forever, because I don't really know what to call it, because I haven't called it anything. He's called it more so than what I've called it. He's called it a us. He's called it a we. He's called it a one. And I'm like, I'm a me. You know what I'm saying? And I met him, but he's giving me a different perspective, because when I say a different perspective, um, after I finally called him, maybe 2 weeks after he gave me his number, we went out every single day after that. Not to mention the week where I had to get all those crazy things out, like, are you real? And I'm judging him because he's older and he walks on a cane. And I was thinking, golly, I don't know what you can do for me. If we can work this out or whatever. And he's like, just trust me. He said, I know I want to be with you since the day you met me, because the day I met him, I told him to take his ass in the room. And it was like, he said, I saw something in you that day. It was just a long story. let me show you how God gives you a different point of view. He gave it to me to whereas only a nurse could understand. So one day, I went over to his son's house because, of course, he's not from here. He's from Las Vegas. And then I'm asking myself, how do I get involved with somebody from out of state? So I go over to his house. He doesn't look right. He's sitting on the bed. He looks sick, in which I know he was sick. And my nursing thing, I asked him questions because we had spent a lot of time together. And we had been out a whole bunch of times. And it was like, what's wrong with this dude? So when I found out he was sick, he's chronically sick, it was like, because he was sitting on the bed, and he stopped like breathing almost, or his color wasn't right, and I was like, to me, he looked like a patient that I have in the ICU that needs to be on the ventilator. So I hit him in his chest. He's like, what the fuck you do that for? I said, well, you stopped breathing. Mind you, we've been partying for about 2 weeks, hanging out, enjoying each other's company. And he's like, I said, Stacy. He said, yeah. I said, you stopped breathing. He said, no, I didn't. I said, yes, you did. I said, I'm a nurse. I know. I thought I was going to do CPR on you. So, long story short, he says, go in the bathroom and get that little thing you put on your finger. And for a nurse, I checked his pulse ox, his oxygen, and it said 77. Yes, 77. I said, Stacy, for him just to have that pulse ox in his thing was scary because he know he's sick. So then he said, go in my son's closet and get that thing with that long tube on it and bring it in the room. Don't bring the whole machine in. Just bring the thing, the rope in, or he said the cord. I'm thinking, what is he talking about? So I go in the laundry room with some oxygen in the laundry room. I said, so I brought him the oxygen. He said, turn it on. I said, you been going out with me every night and you need to be on oxygen? They gave me a whole new perspective on what a man is. And, you know, for a nurse, I was like done. I was like, wait a minute, you need to go to the emergency room. He's like, no, I don't. I'm good. I was like, you need to go to the emergency room. So we put the oxygen on. He didn't discuss his condition. But a few days after that, I didn't hear from him. So he went in the hospital a few days after that here. He went to a different place, and he called me a few days after that and said, hey, shorty, you know, I've been in the hospital, and I just want to let you know that, you know, I'll be home today. I'm like, damn. So when you think about it, you think you'd have ran the man crazy. You'd have made him sick and he about to die. It's like, oh my God, the man is about to die. And he literally sacrificed his own breath to take me out every single day. And for me, that spoke volumes. Yeah. So long story short, he stayed here a few more weeks. Unlike the other guy, he wanted to take me everywhere I've never been, and knowing that he wasn't in the best of health, for me, it spoke volumes, and that shut my mouth up, and it was like, okay, maybe I should give him a chance. So soon after that, he went back to Vegas, and soon after that, we became very good friends. We talked on the phone every single day for about 2 hours. And then I went to Vegas and I stayed a week because once he got back to Vegas, he went in the hospital again with pneumonia. And he's older than me. He's 56. So when I get to Vegas, he finally told me that, you know, I have sickle cell and I'm not the wellest guy. But I know that you make me happy, Patience, and I really want to spend the rest of my life with you because you make me happy. And here I am thinking, wow. He said, I want to move to Georgia and I want to move back with you and my kids, to move with you and my kids. And so here we are. He's moving to Georgia. What I think about it, I didn't believe it. Is it going to happen? Probably by Valentine's Day, I will have a live-in.